The Sorcerer Supreme, one of the most powerful people in the entire universe, the true defender of the multiverse, and the mystical defender of Earth. A man that not only wields the Cloak of Levitation, but also the Eye of Agamotto, going up against a mad titan, one of the most powerful beings of all time, motivated by nothing but his ego and his determination. The mad titan Thanos is not like other villains that the Avengers and Doctor Strange have faced before though. He is different, he is dangerous, and he is unkillable. Yes, he has an army, but he's the one that has all the power. With his 5 Infinity Stones, he is nearly unstoppable, and Strange has to figure out a way to win. He looks into the future, 14,605 realities. They only win in one of them. How is this possible? He tells the Avengers this. They look at him, surprised. The fight goes on. They clash. Strange uses his magic. Thanos uses his stones. They almost have him, but they lose. And everyone dies. Before Strange is snapped away with the rest of them, he looks at Tony and says, "This was the only way." But what does this mean? They just lost. How can a man that can see infinite realities only see 14,605? And how can they only win one of them? It's not statistically probable. It never will be, it never could be. This doesn't make any sense. Strange could have just cut off his head. He could have used the Eye of Agamotto in the fight against him. And if Thanos was gonna get the stone anyways, why didn't Strange use it in the fight? Of course you could say that Strange knew the time stone would be used as a chip to save Tony's life, but it's wrong, because Strange could have won that fight. Unless he needed Thanos to win. This is my theory on why Doctor Strange let Thanos win. Listen, you're right. The short-term reason that Strange let Thanos win was because Tony had to survive. But there's a lot more to it than this. He didn't directly let Thanos win, he let Thanos get the time stone, which would lead to Tony surviving. And that eventually led to the 5-year later snap of Tony to save the entire universe. But what if I told you that this isn't the reason that Strange let Thanos win? What if I told you it was something entirely different? What if I told you that while we know that the snap wasn't an absolute point, neither was Tony's death? And in reality, Strange saw millions, even billions of different timelines, and the Avengers won in many of them. I mean, really think about it. How is it possible that Strange only sees one victory when he can see so many countless different timelines? He's not gonna let himself be stopped by just one chance. It's too risky, it's not safe. His entire personality trait has been made clear from the start. He will sacrifice people no matter what for the future, for the greater good. He is not like Captain America. He is willing to trade lives to save lives. I mean, you can see it yourself. He needed to win in the long term, so he let half of the entire universe get wiped away instantly. There's more to it than this though. It's not just the Avengers versus Thanos. It's not just half of the universe. It's not just 6 Infinity Stones. It's about how Strange manipulated every single person that was on his team and the opposition. It's about how Strange wanting Thanos to win had nothing to do with Tony later gaining the stones and killing Thanos. No, 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 this is far different. You see, Strange saw many different realities. He saw many realities where the Avengers won, and he saw more where they lost. Regardless, I think what people forget is that there's more than 2 ways this could have gone. Everyone thinks that the only way that the Avengers could have won was an endgame after Tony snapped, but what if this isn't true? I mean, isn't it possible that the Avengers win an Infinity War? Isn't there so many ways this could have gone? What if they kept the Infinity Stones? If the Avengers beat Thanos and gained the stones for themselves, it was bound to go wrong. Imagine what Wanda could have done with the stones after Vision was dead. She would have tried her hardest to bring him back. She could have caused so much damage to the entire multiverse. More than that, what would have happened between the Avengers if they couldn't decide on what to do with the stones? I mean, Steve Rogers and Tony Stark could never agree on anything. They couldn't agree on the Sokovia Accord, so how would they agree on this? The only reason that the Avengers were united in the first place is because of the bigger threat that could destroy the entire universe. In this scenario, they all had to let go of their past issues and work together to stop Thanos. So why didn't Strange just tell the Avengers that the stones were dangerous and they needed to be controlled? Well, while the Avengers are all good people, they're all also very prideful. Tony Stark is extremely prideful, and so is Steve Rogers. He's a good guy, but even he has an ego. None of these people can be controlled, and that's what made them so dangerous in the first place. Thanos was simply a vessel delivering the power of the stones to the universe. These stones need to be destroyed. There's many that share his philosophy, and these could pose as potential threats in the future. Even with the limited help of Shuri and Wakanda, they failed to even come close to destroy the Mind Stone, so how would they destroy 6 of them? Except if Thanos can win, if Strange can manipulate Thanos into winning, then the stones can be destroyed. Because Thanos is the only being in the entire universe with the willpower to do it. To destroy the stones because they leave nothing but temptation. So this is what Strange really saw. He saw many timelines where the Avengers won and many where they lost as well. But he only saw a few timelines where the Avengers won and consecutively destroy the stones from their entire reality. If Thanos uses the stones to snap the stones out of existence, the Avengers have to go into different timelines to regain them to beat him. And after they win, they'll end up sending the stones back to the respective timelines. What this leaves is no Thanos in their universe and no stones as well. Both are gone. This serves as a perfect metaphorical comparison to 2 birds, 1 stone. Strange is essentially wiping the stones and Thanos off the face of the universe. If this happens, no one can misuse the stones in the future, and no big bad can come in and steal the stones for himself, potentially doing something even worse than Thanos could have ever imagined doing. Someone with a dangerous mentality who could end up being even more of a big bad than Thanos. Strange saw these possibilities. He saw someone misusing the stones even more so than Thanos and decided that this was the best way to go about it.